We turn now to bookmakers and organized crime. Those members have long profited in the high-stakes world of illegal sports gambling. New Jersey is now appealing to the Supreme Court to legalize betting on games. The state hopes to collect millions. But as Jack Ford reports for tonight's 60-Minute Sports, the ruling won't put the mob out of business.
If it becomes legal, Governor Christie has said there would be strict state oversight, much like the way it works at Atlantic City casinos today.
Just tonight?
Yeah. But Angelo Lutz, now a legitimate businessman and restaurateur, says if New Jersey wins, it still won't have much of an impact on organized crime's overall share of the industry. He says gambling will always be driven by the customer.
Because the guy that has no money in his pocket that's betting on the come is still going to call the local bookmaker to bet. Because he could bet with no money.
But won't the illegal bookmakers lose some of their business? Aren't some of the guys going to say, you know what, I could bet with Fat Ange, or I could take my wife, my girlfriend, and go to one of these parlors and sit down and have dinner and have a drink and watch some games, and I can make some bets while I'm doing it. Won't you lose that guy?
Yeah, who cares? Because he's a casual bettor. You want degenerate gamblers to bet with you. You're not looking for John and Nancy Adams to walk in and order champagne cocktails and pomegranate martinis. That ain't what you do. That ain't your weed. That ain't where you draw your money from.
After 2 decades with the mob, John Elite says he's given up bookmaking, and now he supports efforts to legalize sports gambling.
If that can help people in the community for their taxes, roads, the infrastructure of whatever goes on in Jersey, why not? Gambling's going on anyway. No one's ever going to stop it.
You made a good living for a lot of years running an illegal gambling operation. Why then would you say, I'm okay with letting the state of New Jersey take over my illegal gambling operation?
Because they won't take it over. They won't even put a dent in it. It's just one more bookmaker coming to town. They're just getting a piece of the pie, yeah. New guy in town.
Jack Ford is with us. Good morning.
Morning, John.
Okay, so here's the
casting in this piece.
I mean, where did you find these guys?
These guys are
telling
the real world.
Yeah.
They both of them were deeply involved in the illegal sports betting business. Both of them did some time in jail.
Yeah.
They've done their time. They're back out now. They're legitimate businessmen, but they were willing to. What we wanted to do is we wanted to pull back the curtain on this because it's such an enormous business. Estimated $400 billion a year bet illegally on sports in the United States.
And do you think that the states will look at this as they have and say, you know, they got a point, we can't fight this?
I think what you're going to see, Charlie, is the states, New Jersey has said this, and there's some other states sort of on the periphery waiting to see what happens with New Jersey's challenge. Because New Jersey's saying, why should just the state of Nevada be the only one that has expansive sports betting? Why can't everybody else? But I think the states have said, look, if we take some of the business away from organized crime, and in the meantime, this is the argument that New Jersey is making, in the meantime, we generate some revenues for the taxpayers, isn't that a good thing?
But why are Major League Sports opposed to it moving beyond Las Vegas?
Their position, Nora, is they've said, look, if we do this, if we sort of institutionalize this, it's going to have an impact on the credibility of the game. And they're concerned about protecting the credibility. So you're seeing some interesting arguments playing out, and the question is whether the U.S. Supreme Court is going to take the case.
How much money does it mean for New Jersey?
New Jersey estimates $100 million plus on a yearly basis for revenues. So the Governor Christie, and New Jersey, the population voted overwhelmingly for this. They said this could be an important asset for us, and they claim, let's let us regulate it rather than let organized crime regulate it.
What are the chances, do you think, Jack, that the Supreme Court will hear the case?
You know, statistically, that's always hard. They get maybe 10,000 applications each year. They hear maybe less than 100. But what's interesting about this is it's fundamental states' rights issue. Federal government passed a law in 1992 saying if you don't have it right now or within a year, you can't have sports gambling. And New Jersey is saying, why should the federal government say yes to one state and no to another here? And that's the kind of thing that could be a compelling issue. The Supreme Court might be interested.
Do they have a shot at winning, New Jersey? That's a good question they're asking.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get in front of the Supreme Court, then they've got a shot. Question is, can they get there?
Jack Ford, thanks.
Thank you, Jack.
Good to see you.
Thanks.